If you're not a millionaire or you're not pretending to be one, you are out of the game.
In May, Black YouTube lost its best creator, Kevin Samuels. And Kevin Samuels was doing something that I've never seen before, even on this platform. He was bringing, for the most part, initially, African-American men and African-American women together on the same platform. Now, his work was even greater than that. He had fans even in Russia, Australia, Europe. But now we're talking about the Black community, right? Kevin Samuels was really checking both Black men and, at the end of his career, Black women about the entitlement that they had to understand that a lot of women were overlooking good men or mistreating men in the Black community. Bruh. Okay? Now, Kevin Samuels didn't qualify under the guise of what you would call the dating coaches, right? But now there is another group that's very similar and different at the same time from Kevin Samuels. And today, I'm gonna talk about them, the Passport Bros. Guys like Austin Holloman, guys like Black Male Travels, Dennis John St. Pierre, guys like that. These are brothers who were here in America and they tried dating in America and then understood that what they were getting in America was just not worth it and it was not worth the risk to stay here. Now today, I want to compare and contrast certain things that Kevin Samuels had about dating here in America and what the Passport Bros are saying and where I believe they both agree. So the first thing I want to do is review Austin Holloman's a video about Kevin Samuels, and then after that, we'll go into certain other things. Let's go.
So I was told yesterday and on 2 other occasions in the past week in the comments as well, but I had someone directly tell me, it's like you are trying to fill the space that Kevin Samuels had. Okay, let me tell you why that's absolute bullshit. Kevin Samuels was here to try to fix relationships in the United States, to tell men and women what they need to do to work together to fix the marital rates, right? Austin does not give a if you marry somebody from the United States. Matter of fact, I'm telling men to leave the United States because why? Kevin Samuels wants to try to fix women. Women, you can't even tell them where they're wrong at. So just get the out of here. Get your passport. I'm just telling them to quit y'all all together and go somewhere else. Kevin Samuels did not do that. Kevin Samuels does not have the same message. Kevin Samuels told men to marry women in 3 damn months. I'm telling men to leave the women and go marry somebody somewhere else. I don't give a how quick you do it, how slow you do it, if you do it or not. Just go somewhere else. If you want the quickest solution, go somewhere else. You can't fix the requirements it costs to get somebody here to even talk to you is ridiculous. Okay? Like, especially if you're in Texas. If you're not a millionaire or you're not pretending to be one, you are out of the game.
Let's go back to that part, Quasi. If you're not a millionaire.
If you're not a millionaire or you're not pretending to be one, you are out of the game.
All right, let's continue.
You are out of, you could be doing good, looking good. It doesn't matter. So go somewhere else where you're appreciated. That's all I'm saying. And that's not somewhere else in the United States. I'm saying go out of the country. That's my message. Kevin Samuels, I love this content. Big supporter he is, but we do not have the same message. Get the off my page with that bullshit.
All right, so let's kind of talk about that comment about if you're not a millionaire. So let's think about this. Both this particular brother from the travel community and guys like Yesh Yona, shout out to him. They both agree. Kevin agrees. Yesh agrees. Austin Holloman agrees. Entitlement is too much from American women, in particular American Black women. But now Kevin Samuels is pretty much talking to they're both talking to 2 different socioeconomic classes. Kevin Samuels on this side is representative of the high value man, right? And what was the minimum required financially per month? $10,000. Now, what I've seen from most of the guys in the travel community, I'm not saying that guys don't travel that are not rich, because they do. But what I'm seeing is guys like Austin Holloman are speaking for brothers that are not at, let's say, the elite threshold. So now it makes sense if you're a guy like Kevin Samuels and you're making a lot of money per month. Yes, women are going to be a little bit more likely in America to be a little bit more submissive because of your accomplishments, because of your network. But now, what if you're not that particular guy? And it's like, if you're only making, let's say, $4,000 or $5,000 a month, do you actually have the same shot that the particular men that Kevin Samuels was talking about in his podcast or his shows, which are the high value men, like the top 10% of black men or the top 5% of earners? That's the position, right? Everybody wants to be a high value man, but now we're looking at the earnings. We're looking at the network. We're looking at the social economic status. We're looking at your job. We're looking at the business. And so that is where they differ. Kevin Samuels' message is really representative of high earning men. Whereas I see the travel guys are really speaking up for the everyday working or middle class black men, sometimes upper middle class black men who feel like they're priced out of the market and just say, listen, we're priced out here. Let's go somewhere else where we can get women that look way better and treat us, you know, as individuals, actually as people, and not requiring so much money. But now let's talk about where, and this is a little bit controversial, where both of these guys differed in what you were getting in the States.
Y'all know what? I was just talking to my homeboy about this. What's the reason American women are, they're so up that men like me, and I don't care what you think, feel the need to leave out the country to go find other women? The thing is, I know social media is worldwide, but whatever the difference is here, I guess it's the combination with feminism and the liberals that don't believe anything is real anymore. Social media has made it where women don't need to compete. Because let's be honest, if you go back 40 years ago, if you was overweight, rude, and 2 baby daddies, what kind of action was you getting? I'm not saying the woman was...
Let's stop there. This is where Kevin and Austin are definitely going to agree. This is a level of what we consider entitlement. When you feel that you have reached a certain level, it could be even considered a level of delusion, that you as a black woman or a woman in America, you have competed for everything. Private sector, secondary education, higher education, work experience, things like this. You've competed for those things, but then you don't need to compete for the actual man that you want to date. I'm not talking about a man that you don't want to date. I'm talking about a man that you want to date. Now we're talking about something. This is a fundamental issue and a problem that we are having, right? Both the travel guys and Kevin Samuels are definitely gonna agree on this.
Saying the woman was getting no action, because women are always gonna get action because men are thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
But was she getting quality action? Hell no. Because they had to get their validation on the street. Now a woman, because she posts a picture, she ain't even gotta leave the house. She's mentally fulfilled. She done had an orgasm at home just because she got 400 dudes that'll hit her up.
Right.
Off of a booty pic that she took on the scene. But back in the day, you had to actually get out and compete. You had to be fit. You had to be nice. Okay? Because now a woman can walk around and be a all day because the dudes online gonna still suck up to her. They don't give a damn. They simps. But if a woman was walking around talking crazy to your face, most dudes gonna be like, look, I ain't gonna deal with you. They might smash you, but they ain't gonna keep you. So honestly, if you ask me, social media done messed the American women up. Combining that with feminism and the liberal left, that this isn't the entire, this is the extremist. I'm not even gonna call it. I think it's just the liberal left in general. That nothing is real anymore, right? There's no such thing as a gender. If you're fat, a man is a sexist and a chauvinist for saying that you should hit the gym, and he just wants to oppress you. Being feminine is weak. Serving a man is weak. When you combine all that shit, you get a bunch of uncooperative men, and then you get a Facebook group like the one I started. Join the Facebook group if you want to find a group where there's a lot of men that's on the same page as me, that's showing you how you can go around the world and get better options. And you can also learn in this group. We have a guy that's promoting a software engineer job starting at $80K a year. And you can be a digital nomad and live anywhere in the world and get femininity when you want it.
Okay, so let me kind of deal with this, right? A lot of these ladies are getting a false sense of security. It's very common all across the world. So they're getting attention from different men online, and that is increasing their particular, I would say, amplitude of entitlement, but it's not really real. However, most women that are getting these comments from these dudes on social media, these are not the men that they actually want at all. So we know that some of the guys that are lower income earning, like some of the guys who might be actually doing very well overseas, they don't want these dudes, they want their attention. But now when it comes across to the men that they actually want, they're going to have a fundamental problem. But now I have a clip that I want to play about women that actually can't get the man that they want and how they actually feel. So let's bring that up.
Because every woman believes she deserves love. Every woman believes she deserves love, and she believes that she deserves the type of love from the type of man that she believes she deserves it from. And when she finds out that the type of men that she don't like her, it's too much to bear. Like I said, women like, listen to this, women like what is advantageous or beneficial to them. So if you speak on what you don't like and that puts her at a disadvantage or it eliminates her from the equation, she has a problem with that, because now she knows that the type of man that she wished she could be married to is not the type of man that wants to be married to her.
Okay, so that's pretty much what you're gonna see, right? So at the same time, a man that's high value like Kevin Samuels, most women cannot even access guys like that. These dudes have so many options. Again, I'm gonna put a screenshot here of, I believe this is an app. I think T.S. Johnson told me about, a brother developed it. Black men who are 35 to 45, over 6 foot tall, and make $100,000 a year are 1% of the American population. Okay, so if your woman saying they gotta make 6 figures, you're wanting 1% of the population. That's what you want. Bruh. But now most guys look at the pool that they have to their advantage will not even consider most of these ladies, because most of these ladies can't even be in the same neighborhood or can't even afford to be in the same places as these guys. All right? So guys like Kevin Samuels and the higher value guys, most ladies have no real attainability to get these particular guys, because they're just in another league. They're living overseas. They're in Luxembourg, they're in Paris. They're living in, New York City in high rises. They're even dating interracial women, interracial relationships, things like that. Very, very attractive Black women, or women that are coming from the same socioeconomic class. Now, at the same time, the guys from the travel community, now these are the women that the women, Black women, would typically think that, these are like in friend zone sort of guys, or guys that they would like, in the middle about. These guys are like, well, we can't get to you, so we're gonna get over here. So those are the guys who will be liking their pictures, or we would think. You see what I'm saying? And then so at the same time, that's kind of where Kevin Samuels and these guys kind of meet. They can't get the guys like Kevin Samuels. They reject the travel guys for going somewhere else. And at the same time, the main thing that brings the Kevin Samuels followers and the travel guys together is the lack of the entitlement and the kind of idea that women are not given the best deal for men that they can get right now. And so men are looking at other places. So guys, hope you like that. Shout out to Quasi on the edit, and we're out.